Hi guys, this is part 2 of my money saving tips on how to save money on groceries without coupons. Alright, we left off with tip number 7. Number 7 is do not be brand loyal. Buy the generic store brand when possible. And by that I mean don't buy Kraft. You're paying for the name. You're not really paying for the quality of the item. If you can, buy the store brand. It's cheaper and it pretty much tastes the same. But on the other end of that, sometimes the brand name may be less than or equal to in price of the store brand, and in that case obviously you're going to go ahead and buy the brand name because maybe to make you feel better, or maybe it actually tastes a little bit better, just a little bit. So make sure that you are always reading and checking the price labels on the items that you're buying in the grocery store. Tip number 8, buy what's on sale and stockpile. And what I mean by that is when you're stockpiling, you're able to grow your pantry and your freezer over time. Don't sit up there and buy everything at one time, because that's just going to eliminate the whole purpose of saving money on your groceries, because your bill is going to go up because you're buying too much at one time. If you see a couple things on sale that you know that your family likes, go ahead and buy a few extra of those and put it in your pantry or your freezer and save it for later. It'll save you some money in the long end. But also remember that just because an item is on sale doesn't mean that you need to buy it. And what I mean is, say they have chips on sale 2 for $3 and you're like, oh, that's a good sale, I'm going ahead and buy it. If your family does not eat chips like that, they're not chip eaters or whatever you want to call it, it's a waste of money. Take that $3 and use it for something else. If your family eats a lot of bread, use it to stockpile on some bread that you can stick in your freezer for a later date. Do not buy it just because it's on sale, That, again, is eliminating the whole point of saving money on your groceries without the coupons. Also, within that same thing, buying stuff on sale and stockpiling, is if it says something, an item is on sale, let's say for example 2 for $4, you don't have to buy 2 of those items if you don't feel like your family is going to use it or that you need it in order to save the money. If you only buy 1, you're still going to get it for that sales price. It's still going to be $2 for that item, so you don't have to buy both of those items unless you know that you're going to use it or you know that you're going to need it in your household. Tip number 9, economical bulk sizes and warehouses aren't always economically best. You have to figure out what's best for your family. If you have a large family, then obviously a warehouse membership is obviously going to save you some money. But if it's a small family, or it's only 2 of you, or you're the only one, I wouldn't recommend the warehouses, just because you probably wouldn't make the money back that you spent on your membership. Or maybe you will if there's something that you use a lot. Also with that, economical bulk sizes can be great if you're looking to save some money, especially if you eat meat, if you're a meat eater, to buy the bigger bulk, because sometimes it is cheaper, and just separate it out when you get home. Put it into separate freezer, Ziploc safe bags, and stick it in the freezer for a later date. That way you'll save money on your next grocery bill because you won't have to buy that meat. Tip number 10, discover new ways to use up those leftovers, because it is very frustrating and tiring to eat the same thing day in and day out. I get tired of it, my husband gets tired of it, and my kids definitely get tired of it. For example, say, tonight you guys had some meatballs with egg noodles. Very simple, very basic dish. The next night, take those meatballs and you could turn it into an Italian wedding soup, or you can make meatball subs out of that. Or you can even break down those meatballs and make a chili out of it. And once again, stretch it with those beans and the rice that I mentioned in a previous tip. So make leftovers into a completely new meal where it's not even called leftovers. Your family will love it. They won't know the difference, and it'll taste good all the same. And you just saved yourself a few bucks. Tip number 11, make a weekly or monthly meal plan. And when you make this meal plan, just writing very basic, or you can get as detailed as much as you like, of breakfast, lunch, and dinner that you guys are going to have for the week. That way you already have your meals set out, and stick to it. As much as possible, try to stick to that meal plan that you guys have set forth. It reduces your family, or even possibly eliminates how much your family is eating out each week or each month, because it can get expensive, eating out 2 to 3 times a week, or even 2 to 3 times a month. Make that list, that meal plan at home. That way you can stick to it and save you guys a couple of bucks to keep it in your wallet for something else. And it's also very healthy. It's much healthier than eating out at a restaurant, and it's cheaper. It's good on your wallet, like I said before. And the last tip number 12, is keep a running list of what items you have on hand in your refrigerator, in your pantry, in your freezer, in your cabinets. Number one, because it eliminates double buying. You don't want to go to the store and think that you're out of a can of refried beans and you find out you got 12 cans in your pantry that you just didn't take the time to look at before you made that grocery list before you went to the store. So it'll definitely save you some money right there by making sure that you check to see what you already have on hand. And also it helps prepare meals. Plan your grocery list around the things that you already have at home that are in your freezer, that are in your pantry, and that are in your refrigerator. I hope you guys really enjoyed this series. And if you guys have any questions or comments about the things that are listed here, or if you have more suggestions, this is just 12. There are plenty more out there. Let me know. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Take care and God bless. Thanks so much, guys.